Hello again viewers, it's Peter Elgar here with another video, and this time I'm going to attempt to show you one of my studio flash outfits, the German Multiblitz outfit. I've got two heads and I've done a lot of work with it. Now there's not much space here to show, so I can't really show the big black case it comes in. But it's fitted in a big black case with a rubber insert, a foam rather, and all the foam's gone rotten. So I've had to take that out and wrap the bits up in newspaper. There just isn't a space here to show you a huge carrying case. But this is one of the Multiblitz outfits set up, and I'm going to show you how everything works. And I'm going to fit up the other one here, which comes more or less straight out of the carrying case. So it's got a swivel head here, and onto which you fit the stand. Now when you fit a stand, you don't go and screw the head round on it, you screw the stand into the head. So that's got to be loose, and then you see if I can show you like this. Yes, I've got it too high now, haven't it? Sorry, I've got a bit of a cold as well. I haven't got rid of that since my last video. There we are. You screw the pole of the stand into the German fitting thread. There we are. You turn the pole. You don't go screwing the head round. That's bad. That'll damage it. Now that's onto the stand now. I'll bring it across here. Make certain you tighten up a little wing nut on the side, otherwise the head is going to flop like that. So make certain you gently, and it's only polycarbonate plastic, everything. I think bits of this is metal. This is a protective cover for the tube. So I'll swing it round now. This is the flash tube, and in the flash tube you can see, mustn't touch it with my fingers because it's a what's it called, a little lamp. You mustn't touch it with your finger. But this is the flash tube round there, the circular bit. And there's a little light there, very bright light, which comes on to show you what you're doing. So then you put on the reflector, and that bayonet's on. Here we are. If I can do this. Here we are. That's bayonet. That's found it. Now, into the reflector you can push heads of, there's a little hole here, we can put umbrellas in, which I'll show you in a minute. So what are the settings that it's got on the Multiblitz? Oops, it moved, it went off. But on the top you have here a little button thing. You can press that and have it up, or press it and have it down. That is a slave cell. So when it's up, it's on. When it's down, it's off. The slave cell is off. Now on the side, you've got some settings here for the lamp, which is the modelling lamp, and the on and off switch for the mains. Now, the light, the mains is on. So it's, at the moment, and it's on half power. You're going to be on half power the flash, or you can have it on full power. That is a half power, and the flash there is now on full power. There's a test button here, little red button under there. You press that. Oh, that's a full power flash. That's very bright. I'll put it on half power. But this is the control for the little light. Now the light's on now. Can't blind you, but the modelling light in there is on. Then if you're in a proper studio without a load of daylight as this is, you can see what you're doing, what your flash is going to give you. You don't have to guess. So I normally have that on half power most of the time because they're quite powerful. Then how do you fit an umbrella? Well, I've got one here. You push it into the little hole there, that one doesn't fit. I've got the wrong one. Sorry about that. There's a little hole here where you push your umbrellas in. I've got some new ones now which come off my old Bowens unit, and they're slightly different. So this is a huge, great big one. Got to undo it a little bit to see if we can. That should go in. 1 minute, we'll just see. A huge, great big umbrella, this one. And here we are. As I say, if you're going to do studio work, you need plenty of space. I'm struggling. It was undone before, but it's so huge. I can show you, hopefully, without undoing it. It pokes into a little. It will poke into a little hole at the top here. I'm sorry about that, but it's going to take up so much time struggling with that huge umbrella. So if you have a standard reflector like that, it gives a very harsh light if you're not careful. So that's why I modify it by putting an umbrella on. Now the German umbrellas should fit, but that was a British one and it doesn't quite fit. I've got the wrong one out. So I can use two of these. I've got two Multiblitzes and I've done some very good work. So I usually have one plugged in to a slave. One is plugged into the 3mm coaxial flash plug and the slave cell is off. And with the other one I have the slave cell on. So when the camera fires this, and the other one should go. Except it wasn't on there. So I haven't used these for ages because there's no work now. There we are, it goes now. They're very quick recycling and they're very powerful. Indoors like this you only need it on half power. This is the 3mm coaxial socket for plugging into your camera. Now what happens if your camera, like this digital Olympus that I've shown you on one of my other videos, hasn't got a 3mm coaxial plug? Well then you're a bit stumped. You have to use the built-in pop-up flash on it. We can switch it on, press the one marked up. Oh, there's the little flash. Then we can then fire the flash, and you can, in the menu, you can turn down your flash so it's not very powerful, so it doesn't have much effect. So you can fire the flash and it will set off these multi-blitzes like that. Oh, it's quite well exposed actually, the room across there. Now, how do you know what setting to put on your camera? Well, usually when you're in a studio, 100 ISO is good, because anything higher than 100 you tend to get overexposure. So set 100 because there's plenty of light from studio flashes. Then your shutter speed has to be the one that synchronizes with the camera. So on this is 180th of the Olympus E500, but I usually have it on 125th for flash. These flashes go off about 1,000th of a second. So within 180th, 125th, there's a big time slot where 1,000th goes off in the middle of, say that is 180th wide, and in the middle you've got 1,000th, so it catches it all the time. It synchronises okay. But how do you know what aperture to set? Well, if you've got a digital camera, you can just go through a few apertures and look at the screen on the back and see how your snaps come out. But if you want to, you can get a flash meter, which is one like this. That is a flash meter called a Shepherd FM900, and I bought that years and years ago. Move this out of the way because if I knock anything over it's going to get a bit expensive. Now this one takes a Duracell battery, or extra Wilco Power Plus Extra 9-volt battery. Now it makes certain you get it the right way round now. I think that's the right way. Slide on there. They're supposed to take these mercury ones, but they're all discontinued. But these 9-volt ones from cheap shop work. Then you've got to tell the flash meter what the ISO or ASA is that you're using. By turning the little wheel here, little thing, and watching the little window, the settings that you want. So I've turned that, it's set to 100 ISO there now, ASA. I'm old fashioned, I still call it ASA. Then you can either have it on reflected light, in which case the light goes in that cell there, and you point it at the subject, the area of the subject. Usually in a studio you have incident light, so I measure it with the little white dome. You see all these posh professionals in their studio, they always use incident light. Same as I've shown you on my video on the use of Western exposure meters. In that case you've got to stand where the subject is. Now I can't really do that, so I'll just fire off a flash and point this at the room, and we'll see what a reflected light reading gives us. So we plug in the sync cord here, make certain the slave cell is down, yes, and the little light is on. It's only on half power. Yeah, that's it. And we don't want the other slave cell on as well. Then you're supposed to press one marked on and off to test. Now sometimes this one has played up and it hasn't worked. No, look at that, it's not working. Would you believe it? Maybe the battery's gone because I haven't used it for such a long time. There's no work for us photographers now, for studio work. No work at all, everybody's gone broke. You can flash the flash manually and get a reading, so if you can do that. No, I'm sorry about that. Maybe I put the battery in the wrong way round. Minus, plus. Plus and minus, that's it. I bet you the battery's gone. Would you believe it? You can supposed to fire it with a little lever there, but it don't work. And neither does it give a reading. You're supposed to get a reading along there. And I've got another flash meter. We'll see if that one works. It's not one of my best videos, this. Everything's going wrong. And this has got a battery in it as well. Let's see if this one works. Set it to 100. Yeah, it's on 100. Reset. Flash. No, that's not flashing either. Oh dear, oh dear. We'll flash it manually. No, oh dear. I'm sorry folks, it's not working. Both batteries seem to be gone. You should get a reading along there. A little red line comes along, so usually it goes between 7 and 8 for 100 ASA. So we turn this little dial to the arrow pointing to 7 and 8, and it tells me I've got to use an aperture of between f16 and f11 down there. That's how you read it off. But say if you've got a digital camera, you can take pictures and you can experiment like that. Well, I'll show you some pictures that I've done with Studio Flash. There's one I did indoors here. He wanted to be a model and a bodybuilder, so I've done him showing his muscles. That was on Pan F film, so only 50 ASA, home developed. And this is when I was teaching photography, one of my photography students. That's done with Multiblitz. Now, how did I get a dark corner like that? I burned it in the dark room. But how do you get a light on the background? Well, you have another flash like this sun pack, and you have a slave cell fitted underneath. And you can put that on a small tripod and have it pointed up at the wall behind, and you can light the background. You hear the young lady, photographed her in her house, and I had a flash on a slave cell behind her coming through these beaded curtains. That's done very well. I've done a 20 by 16 of that. That was done on my Asahi Pentax Spotmatic, my 105mm Takuma lens on FP4 film. And then if you're of a nervous disposition, don't look at this next one because it's a nude. But this nude was done with Studio Flash, and the 20 by 16 of that has done me very well in exhibitions. And that was done with a Pentax ME Super with a standard lens, and it was on outdated HP5 developed in FX10 formula on the back here. And this HP5 I used because it had a fault, reticulated when you processed it. No matter how you processed carefully, it reticulated. So I've got the reticulation pattern on the print, and when you have a big print done, 20 by 16, it shows up, and the judges liked that. They thought that was good, and I won some prizes with it. This is only a 10 by 8. It doesn't show properly the reticulation. So this is the Multiblitz German outfit, and I've shown a little bit about it. You position one light about 45 degrees up to your subject and coming down, and then the other light you have pointing up directly at the subject down below with one of your umbrellas on, poked in there, and that will soften the contrast down. And then you can have a third lamp on the background, little sun pack or any small flash you've got on a tripod with a slave cell, and it will come out smashing. I've done some very successful. But sorry about my flash meters not working. I'm going to go up the high street now and get some more batteries. But in the meantime, I'll say cheerio for now. And that was about the Multiblitz. If you're interested, I can show you my British Bowens that I was given. They're very old, much older than the Multiblitz. But bye bye for now.